we are on Fortified Hill. It still exists. Actually, in 1836, the first Mayor Hamilton, James McBride, came up here with a survey team and mapped out this place. This place is a sacred site that the Hopewell Indians built probably 2,000 years plus or minus by hand. What we know from the archaeologists when they did core sampling of the soil is that they found that there was areas where at certain times there was no pollen. And what that indicated is if there was no pollen, then there were no trees on this hill. And so what the Indians did was they cleared this hill of all trees. What they then did was they went all the way down to the Great Miami River, and they took stone from the Great Miami River and climbed all the way up the hill and put it on this structure so that it actually preserved and protected, probably even helped with erosion. But can you imagine sitting down at the Great Miami River, looking up at this structure, this hill, without any trees, with stone on it? The amazing, impressive, appearance it would have to the Indians. What the archaeologists tell me is that they can actually do satellite imaging of this ground, and they can still see presence of the walls that the Hopewell Indians built 2,000 years ago. So what the archaeologists tell us is we think that this was actually a ceremonial site, not a site where people lived. There weren't villages that were up here, but people came here. What we don't know, obviously, is because it's such a blank slate, is really what went on here, and that's why the archaeologists want to study it. They may think that there could be actually a wood henge up there, and a wood henge would be something that actually might be aligned to the moon or the stars or the sun. Could be the summer solstice, the winter solstice. We don't know that without actually protecting and preserving this site. We can go over to the sites which are the gateways, and this is the part that the archaeologists are the most excited about. The gateways still exist. 2,000 years ago, they built these with hand, and they still exist. The ponds or water-like structures still hold water. Amazing. Think about how many other things or structures still 2,000 years ago built by human hands still exist. The reason we want to save the hill is actually threatened at auction. So the auction is going to take place in roughly 2 weeks from today. It's going to occur at the Fitness Center. The reason the auction is being done is because the heirs don't have any interest in the property and want to actually have the highest bid. U.S. Bank has a fiduciary responsibility to that. The auctioneers have a fiduciary responsibility to try and bring the highest bid. What we are very concerned about is that a developer or maybe one person would want to buy this whole property, put their house on it, and never let the public come and visit this site. Potentially this could be a UNESCO World Heritage Site if we come together. If we put our hands around this, if we get everyone in the local community as well as the archaeological community. I'm working on my medical colleagues as well so that we can all try and save this hill.